38 points down for the Nifty, 8,705 for the Nifty. Not that great as far as markets are concerned. In fact, it's significantly off the day's high. Even the broader markets are not looking that good. And, that's the reason, or that's the pain point in the market, one would say. 0.64 now down for the mid cap, small cap down about close to 1%. Nifty Junior now meaningfully into red. Remember, it was up about 1%. You look at advance decline, it was 65% advances earlier, and now it would have meaningfully changed, or it would have changed quite significantly at this point of time. It's just, okay, this is Nifty. Let's just look at the Nifty 200, Nifty 500. Or BSE 500 advance decline, 146 in terms of advances versus about 310 in terms of decline. We'll just be joined by Ruchit Jain, but before we go there, let's just pull up the stock of MOIL, or manganese ore. They have received some approval in terms of some land that they were looking at in Madhya Pradesh. It's a stock which is up close to 5 to 6% right now. Let's just look at that name, MOIL Limited. That's what the name is. It's up close to 5.5 to about 6 odd percent. Some of the other names in terms of the mid cap pack, or what's happened, there you go in terms of MOIL, 4.7, 4.8% higher. Some of the other names that are doing pretty well right now, let's look at the gainers as well. So Goa Carbon, they declared numbers earlier. It's up 17%, 1-7. Very, very strong move for Goa Carbon. Numbers in terms of profit, from loss they came into a profit, and that's why, okay, it's up 20% now. It's up 20%. As we are speaking, I think it's hit a upper circuit. Yeah, as we spoke it's hit a upper circuit. Padamji Pulp, that's another small company. It's up 19 odd percent right now. Padamji Pulp since morning has looked very, very strong. Oil marketing companies continue to do well, so that's another name which is doing decently well, whether it's IOC, HPCL or BPCL. Ruchit Jain from Angel Broking is now joining us. Ruchit, let's start with oil movers, IOC, HPCL, BPCL. What would you do with them?
Good afternoon, Pankaj. Well, Pankaj, we have seen that in fact last 3 years, all these three stocks, HP, BP and IOC, have been in an uptrend, continuously forming higher tops and higher bottom. And one thing to be noted in these stocks is usually when there is a price correction in this one, it comes in the form of a time correction rather than prices moving down. So the trend still continues to be positive. We can also observe that even at current levels, after this significant up move, also higher volumes are coming, which indicates that even at current levels, buying interest is there amongst the market participants. So I think one should continues to stay bullish on all the three names, HP, BP and IOC. IOC and HPCL, these are the two stocks I think which probably can outperform outperform from current levels also to the broader market indices.
Right. As far as Aurobindo Pharma is concerned, it went at the day's high. Now it's at the day's low, or in and around one of the top losers. Does that tell you that there is significant selling pressure at higher levels?
Yeah, so if we observe the positional charts in Aurobindo Pharma in December 2015, in the last week of December 2015, the stock had resisted around 890, from where the stock corrected right up to 600 levels. So that's a major supply zone in Aurobindo Pharma. In today's trading session, if we see today's high, then it is exactly around those December 2015 high levels, which indicates that the resistance is now there in the stock. The stock has recently given a breakout of 800, which was the minor resistance. So I think probably the stock should correct from current levels and retest those 800, 805 levels, which was earlier resistance and now could act as a support. So if anyone wants to take a trading bet on Aurobindo Pharma, keeping a stop loss about today's high, one can go short at current levels, expecting a target of around 800 in next 3 to 4 days.
Right. As far as some of the other pharma names are concerned, they generally tend to move together. Any other pharma names that you would look to sell?
Well, not much, because we've seen that in the pharma sector itself, there is more of a stock-specific momentum going on rather than entire sector moving in a particular direction. Recently, we have seen some good outperformance by mid-cap stocks within the pharma names, such as Ajanta Pharma is there, or even Aurobindo Pharma had moved higher. But the large caps names such as Sun Pharma, Lupin, they have not given any significant up move in last few days. This shows that there is more of a stock specific momentum within the sector rather than the entire sector moving in a particular direction. Yes, for going short, one can go short on Aurobindo Pharma according to the technical setups which we have just discussed. And on the other hand, we are recommending to create long positions on Lupin from medium to long term perspective, because if we observe the monthly charts of Lupin. Now, when I say monthly charts, I am looking at some long term picture. Last 12 years, the RSI on the monthly charts have taken support around the levels of 40, which is usually a bull market support zone. Now, after last 1 year's corrective move, again the stock is trading around that long-term support, and also some trend-following indicators are indicating that the downside is very limited in this stock. So, if anyone has about 6 to 8 months perspective, then I think Lupin is at very good levels where one can look to go long from current levels.
And what should be the stop that one should keep, even if it's a 6-8 months move that you're talking about, or a 6-8 month chart that you're talking about? Any stop loss, 10%, 15%? What is the sort of stop loss that you would keep?
I think if you observe the 1370, 1380 is a good support for the stock. So the risk reward ratio is quite in favor right now. So you can keep stop loss below 1370 levels and create long positions now.
Right. Some of the other pharma names like Sun Pharma, Lupin. So if you look at a chart from 2010 to now, Sun Pharma and Lupin would have moved together. So does that mean that Sun Pharma could also see that traction?
Yes, Sun Pharma may see that traction, but as of now on charts there are no such indication that immediately the uptrend would resume. I'm not saying that Sun Pharma would significantly decline from current level. Yes, this stock is also trading at its long-term support level, as we discussed, somewhat similar setups as we discussed in the Lupin. So we may see some sort of good momentum coming in Sun Pharma also. So one can look at both the stocks, Lupin and Sun Pharma, but as we discussed, it should not be from very short-term trading perspective, because in last few days or few weeks we see then these stocks has been underperformer to the markets. So we may not see immediate movement on the positive side, but if one can keep a view of about 6 months, at least 6 months or so, then both the stocks can do quite well.
Right. In terms of metals, metal stocks have done very, very well. Any view on the metals pack? Say a Hindalco, say, some other names, non-steel names?
But overall, the broader trend for the metal stocks is still positive. We have seen that the stocks such as Vedanta is there, Tata Steel are there. They all have been forming impulsive up move. But the thing is that if you see the recent rally which has taken place in 5-6 trading sessions, then the risk reward of creating long positions current level won't come that much in favor. Secondly, if we are expecting that some sort of correction could take place in the market in near term, so probably those stocks which have rallied significantly, they would be the first ones which would be prone to profit booking at from current levels. So we may see higher volatility in these stocks. The overall trend would continue to remain positive, but there is no favorable risk reward ratio for going long at current levels. So I would advise to avoid these stocks at current levels. Yes, if anyone is holding long positions which are created at lower levels, they can continue to hold the stocks.
Right. And steel names, what will be your view over there?
Specifically amongst the large cap, Tata Steel is still in an uptrend, and on the higher side 402 to 404 is the next resistance. So I think we may see some more positive biasness coming in the Tata Steel, and also if market corrects in the steel names, this large cap names specifically correct, then I think it would be more of a sideways correction looking at the broader trend rather than price correction. Would advise to stay away from the mid cap names as of now, because the last few trading sessions we have not seen any sort of positive momentum in the large cap stocks, and apart from Nifty forming a low top low bottom on the daily charts, we have seen the mid caps and the small caps have rallied significantly since last few days, which is usually seen just before a big corrective move. So we are expecting some sort of corrections in the market which would lead to some sort of good selling pressure among the mid-cap names. So one should definitely stay away from the mid-cap names in this sector as well.
Right. As far as IT is concerned, they would start to declare numbers next week. Any view on the IT pack? Would you take any positions ahead of results?
Well, won't be looking to create long positions now, because if I specifically see Nifty IT index, then definitely it has been a big underperformer to the Nifty, Bank Nifty as well as mid-cap names. And the broader market participation, we have not seen any kind of, neither mid-cap stocks have participated amongst the IT names, nor the large-cap stocks have participated. Even TCS, stocks such as TCS, which if we observe charts before 3-4 months, then the charts were quite fabulous and they were looking that this uptrend would continue. But now, when after such sort of selling with higher volumes have came, and when the stocks are moving higher, they are retracing only up to 38.2% and again resuming the downtrend. So I don't think that on an immediate basis or in near term IT sector is going to do well, or it would show any sort of bounce back. I think this sector would now go into consolidation phase, wherein we have already seen the corrective move, and next phase for next 2 to 3 months would be of consolidation, wherein the prices would continue to remain sideways.
Right, Ruchit, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Hope to see you again soon. 31 points down for the Nifty and 100 for Sensex. Taking a break, coming back in 2 minutes, about 13 minutes to go for markets to close.